On today's episode of Dirty Water Breakdown, we will be breaking down the Celtics' recent struggles, the continued success of the Bruins, Josh McDaniels' decision to come back to the New England Patriots, and the beginning of spring training for the Red Sox.
I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you about my town. I'm gonna tell you a big fat story, baby. It's all about my town. Yeah, down by the river, down by the banks of the River Charles.
Welcome back to another episode of Dirty Water Breakdown. I'm your host, Patrick Donnelly. Today I am joined by Andrew Curran,
Hey.
Drew Skocky,
What's up?
Alex Donis,
Hello.
and producer Ryan Donnelly.
Greetings.
What are we looking at out the window?
It's a cute dog. It has a stick.
All right, glad we could find some enjoyment
On
from
this
the
week's,
good boys of the world.
This week's edition of What the Hell is Out the Window?
Unfortunately, this week we are without Dave.
It's okay.
So,
May he rest in
R.I.P. for just today. So let's just get into it. Celtics, last 2 weeks have been abysmal. Curran, you want to get involved here?
Still want to get rid of Marcus Smart?
Well, first of all, it starts from not doing anything at the trade deadline.
I don't have an issue with that.
Neither do I.
I don't if you're Marcus Smart healthy.
No, you get
You
Greg
will have-
Monroe.
You're defending Marcus?
No, you will have Marcus Smart healthy after the deadline. After the All-Star break. And I think that you didn't want to give up any of your assets. Your team's doing well. It's now number 2 in the East because of your struggles. But every team's going to go through that. You're not expecting to win 16 straight every single time, you know?
Yeah, but there's cause for concern when you go from looking like a legit Eastern Conference contender to bouncing the first round in about 2 weeks.
You won't get bounced out in the first round. You
The way they're
absolutely
playing.
will not. You're missing...
The way they're playing, they wouldn't
Well, the way the
qualify
Celtics run their offense is they shoot so many outside shots, so many threes, and when none of those go in,
So
Right.
you have a problem.
You're saying Marcus
Right.
Smart helps the Celtics?
Marcus Smart doesn't help your shooting; he helps with your playmaking.
and he helps with the energy and the level.
Yeah, and your defense, which has been absolutely morbid
Right.
for the past 2 weeks.
So they're just
can't-
not
Marcus is
the
morbid.
threes are not falling. You know, I mean that's as simple as that. The offense isn't doing well. The defense is struggling. You're gonna get that from time to time. You know, but I'm not upset that they didn't do anything at the deadline. I'm really not. They didn't give up any of their assets. They have enough assets in the offseason to do a trade for Anthony Davis or somebody else, you know, and you're still competing. You're still number 2. I don't think the Cavs are going to be able to catch you for number 2. I don't
I think they can catch you. Beat
why
you
aren't
in
we
the Eastern
one?
Conference Finals?
I agree. I said that it was going to be that the Cavs were still pretty good, you know? It's still LeBron James. They still have a better chance of beating you in the Eastern Conference Finals, you know, because they have LeBron. But other than that, I think that it wasn't a bad idea to not do anything at the deadline.
Okay.
We
Well,
got Greg Monroe. I count that as.
yeah, Greg Monroe, who should be helping our interior defense, which he has for the most part.
I mean,
But
you,
And you still have buyout candidates, too.
it also doesn't help when you're down by 20 at least every night. Trying to come back from that, it's not going to work. It did during the winning streak, but it's not going to work now. And we said the defense has been morbid. It can be drop. Teams can be dropping points on you like the Clippers did the other night. And if you're playing hard, fine, whatever. You're going to have nights like that where if you're playing hard, they're still going to find ways to score. But when we have guys going into the basket uncontested, no bodies on them whatsoever, that's a problem.
that just comes back to Marcus Smart and the lack of
And the
intensity.
compete factor.
You get rid of. You had all those dogs last year. You had Jay Crowder. You had Avery Bradley. You had Marcus Smart. All 3 of them were dogging. Now it's just Marcus Smart, and you only have one. So
Well, Jaylen Brown's a capable defender.
yeah,
So is Al
Jalen
Horford.
Brown.
So
but,
is Greg Monroe.
yes,
So
but
is Marcus Morris.
you need like perimeter defenders. And Brown, as great as he's gonna be, and like we all think, he's been struggling lately. There's no denying that.
He has been struggling later, especially Tatum too.
Exactly, both of them. And it's like the team can't rely on a sophomore and a rookie to have the whole team and all the success. They have to have other veterans step up and like you can't. Kyrie went through this stretch a couple weeks ago. So did Al. Everyone has their struggles. The Celtics can't be this reliant on 2 rookies. Whether that means, well we're getting Hayward back anyway in the year. This will all go away. But that's pretty much the biggest issue. We're too tied to youth. When you have this much youth, you live and die by it. You had all those highlight plays, hard playing. But when you have like struggles, it takes harder than usual for them to get out of it.
Yeah, and I'm a big Jaylen Brown apologizer. I'm a big supporter of his. And I'm not trying to play favorites or anything here, but part of your offense is if perimeter shooting. Jaylen Brown is a guy who's improved his perimeter shooting and can give you that. There have been times like Rozier, you've been playing great. I don't have a problem with it, but Kyrie's been little inconsistent over the stretch. And I'm seeing in the last 2 games, Jaylen Brown wide open on the perimeter for either a drive or a shot. And we have Rozier and Kyrie just taking it to the hoop and either turnover or a bad pass, which leads to a turnover. And Tatum, his slump, no coincidence, kind of started when he had his kid. Just saying.
He's a rookie.
I know.
Come on.
But
he's a rookie.
You're also 19. You have a kid, so you're gonna be tired.
Again, he's also 19.
He's
it's
also
in the
in the
middle.
NBA.
It's the NBA lifestyle that you have to get used to, right? This goes back to the redshirt freshman.
Should have redshirted him like Ben Simmons.
Exactly, and Markel Fultz right
no.
now. But actually,
If
to
we
be
redshirt
honest
him,
with you,
the
Markel
Sixers are gonna be
Fultz,
good.
Markel Fultz is looking like he could be one
Joke.
of the biggest bust in NBA history.
Anthony Bennett.
Nope.
Nothing.
Hey, Anthony Bennett at least proved himself a little bit, and he
Yeah, he
actually
proved
can
that he's
play.
a bust. Marcos
No, what do you mean, dude? He can't shoot. Have you seen the videos of him? Have you seen the
Yeah,
videos
His
His
jump
of his
shot's
shot?
absolutely
Hey,
atrocious.
hey,
Because they
hey,
told
he's
him
made
to
it to the
change
foul
his
line.
shot.
No.
He's expanded his range to the foul line.
And have you seen the videos of him at the foul line?
It's awful.
It's awful.
But at least
okay?
he can hit rim.
This kid is a bust. He's played 4 games, and if next year his shot's not good, he
See ya.
is the biggest bust in NBA history. And Danny Ainge
Thanks
is
for the
looking
Lakers
like
pick.
Hit
another
a home run
genius.
already.
Again,
Without, even without Fultz being, if Fultz was still healthy, he's still hitting a home run just because of the way Tatum has been for the large part of the season. Not this recent stretch, but for the large part.
it's been pretty awful. But anyways, Tatum's a rookie. He's 19. He's in the middle.
He has a kid.
He-
He's
That
tired.
means
No,
nothing.
he's tired because it's
has
in
to
the middle
stay
of
up
an
late with his
82
kid.
game.
You
It's the middle of an 82
really-
game season.
Carl, I don't think you know
You
what
really
it's
think
like
he
to
would-
have a kid.
I'm making way more of a big deal of this than it really is, but I'm just saying it's like it's
Okay, do you
I'm
know
just
how many
like
of-
what's 2 plus 2? This
Do you-
it's kind of started when he had his
All right.
kid.
Do you know how many NBA players have like kids?
I know. I'm just saying when it's just even more.
Pro-
It's even more of a
Is
toll
it,
when you're
like,
19.
is it just a baby
No,
mama,
he's not-
or is
no,
he like
no,
living
he's
for?
19.
I have no idea.
If
It's,
it's
it's
just a
more.
baby
It's,
mama,
it's
he's
more of a
19.
deal when you're 19 and you're still trying to adjust to the schedule. You're going to be tired regardless. Now you have this, and you're going to be even more tired.
I don't have an issue with
It's a
it. He's
small
struggling.
issue, but it's still
He's
it's still part
struggling.
of it. I think.
We
in my opinion.
expected that, right? We didn't expect him to go out and lead the league in 3-point percentage in the first 3 months of the season. We expected him to start off slow and get used to it. Now he started off hot. Now he's slowing down
Now
a
he's
little
getting
bit.
used to it.
And you know what? It's gonna be good. If he's good at the
Welcome
end
to
of the
the
year,
grind.
yeah, welcome to the grind. At the end of the year, this year, hopefully, if he's starting or playing the bench, depending on if Hayward's back or not and how much they're gonna get into, then it may give him a break. But when you put him in the starting lineup, like the second game of the year because you have an injury, and then you expect him to do what he did the entire year, you can't expect him to do that. You just can't. You know, he's struggling, but I don't see a huge issue with it.
Yeah, he'll get better. It's up and downs. He figures it out. This is everyone. You can't go consistently shooting. First of all, he wasn't going to shoot 53% from 3 throughout the whole year. That's just unsustainable.
I think it was 53 from corner threes and like 48 from.
All right, well,
general
that's
threes.
still insanely
I know,
high.
yeah.
That's going to regress down. Never knew that was going to go back down to like mid-low 40s at best. So,
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
everyone has that much issues.
Again, he's 19 years old. He has so much potential. I don't think this little slump is so much cause for concern. Not having a jump shot at the age of 20 is a huge concern because
Are we talking about Fultz now?
yeah, Fultz.
All right.
That's pretty bad.
I was gonna
And
say like
you've
Brown's
played,
jump shot.
No, you've played 4 games and you don't have a jump shot anymore, and it's pretty bad. Simmons didn't have this issue. He was injury. He had an issue with a jump shot coming out of college, but everybody knew that. Embiid, he was just all injuries. You know, he's a beast this year. He's playing well. Simmons is playing well. He should be an all-star.
Stephen A. Smith take Simmons is a jump shot away from being LeBron.
Yep, I believe it.
Yeah. I mean, he has the
Pretty
potential triple-double machine, you know. He's great
not- he's-
playmaker. But Fultz, when Stephen A. Smith was talking about Fultz, he brought up a point that this is all LeVar Ball.
And from the media too, making
Well,
a big deal about it.
No. It's LeVar Ball that's putting the attention on the number 2 pick in the draft and not the number 1 pick.
Lonzo.
You know, Lonzo, he's had so much attention that really nobody's making a bigger deal than it should be a bigger deal that Markelle Fultz doesn't have a jump shot and has only played 4 games this year.
Yeah, but
know?
the Sixers are also being pleasant surprised with their overall record this year and how well everyone's playing. And
Yeah.
so, like,
But
it's like when there's like plenty of times that a team's been doing well, but their young rookie hasn't panned out. Like the Pistons with Darko, or even more recently, what was the team? It's slipped my mind, but there's an example the last couple of years
Whoever
where
Denver just traded.
Moutier,
Yeah.
yeah,
8th pick.
or even like every year you see this is a team like high up in the draft who they have a rookie doesn't pan out, but the team still has overall success and it kind of gets like brushed aside.
this is a number 1 pick though. Come on. This is the number 1 pick that was supposed to be that they traded up for.
Right now, it's just
And everybody called Danny Ainge stupid for trading him, trading that pick, and now he looks like a genius again.
Well,
I
he's-
didn't
you know,
hate the move at the time because I was
no.
wondering like what was going to happen
no,
when you
Pat. What you were actually, if I remember, highly supportive of it.
of the move. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was sitting here like because what are we going to do? We have Fultz, Isaiah, and Avery. Or before we traded Avery Bradley and Rozier and Smart. What are we going to do with all those guards?
Yeah.
So that was my take. I didn't mind it all that much.
No, I didn't either. I think it was good, but
Especially after we picked Tatum.
I don't worry about the whole trade deadline. I don't think that it was a bad move not to get anybody. I think the defense and offense will come around. The offense will start hitting their shots again, and with Smart coming back for the defense, that's going to be good. And what it sounds like, we're a month away from Gordon Hayward, at least traveling with us.
Is Tony Allen signed yet?
I have no idea.
I know he got bought out, so that's another option.
Yeah,
Right.
but I think he's a little bit older. He would kind of
He can
ruin
still-
the young thing. No, I agree. I love Tony Allen. I think he's
You
very
just
good on
hate
defense.
veterans, Karen.
No, for this team, I kind of do, because this is a young team. You want to get your young guys playing. You want to get the energy that Tony Allen may not be able to bring on like other terms, like Smart and other guys. So I'm not worried about this team. And the Cavs, I'm not that worried about them either. They're starting to get hot. This is a young team. We expected them to do this with the other team that they had with the older guys. And I just think that they'll figure it out. This is gonna be really just a 3-team race with the Raptors, Celtics, and Cavs.
No, I'm not worried at all. It's basically
Well-
a 2-team race, and it shouldn't even be that. The Celtics should be like just blowing everyone out. The Raptors are good, but they're not great this year. They're like,
DeMar DeRozan is pretty great.
And
Yeah,
Kyle
but
Lowry's playing pretty well too. This team. this
you
team,
and the Kyles again.
No,
We'll go-
this team's the real deal.
Well, let up
Okay,
then,
but
Noe.
the
Lowry.
Celtics, even with the Celtics without
The big three.
Don't forget Rudolph.
I don't like Kyle Rudolph.
Even the Celtics without Hayward, they should beat the Raptors. Cleveland, it's like the same thing you just said.
Raptors is
Fresh
gonna
blood,
choke in the playoffs.
youth. Yeah, exactly. It's just youth. They got in all these new players. Whenever a team brings in like a big chemistry change like that, typically they have a couple good games right off the bat, then they cool off and everyone forgets because they were so good to start. They've had like 3 games. Okay, LeBron is playing out of his mind. Now he has some supporting cast, and they just want to like, okay, LeBron, this is what I can do. Or it's like, oh shoot, they could cut us or just trade us, so we must like start playing. Okay, even in long term, I'm not really worried because George Hill is old. They're not going to re-sign everyone this offseason.
Rodney Hood's pretty good, not that old.
Yeah, but I said him
25
and Clarkson
free
are
agent,
both
though.
free agents in this offseason. Okay, they're probably going to re-sign one of them because if they don't, they're already facing a $300 salary cap for next year.
Well, hold on. They may not be
We
able
still
to
have
re-sign LeBron James.
Exactly.
If
If they don't
that's
get
the
They're
case,
not.
He's going to
exactly,
Philly.
if they don't get LeBron, then they're screwed anyway. So I mean,
no, but you
what-
keep the
what
Rodney
threat are they-
Hood. You keep Jordan
Oh,
Clarkson.
yeah,
you
okay,
keep
but-
these
Well, of
guys.
course they're
okay,
keeping
but there's
Jordan
a
Clarkson
Rodney
and Larry
Hood-
Nance. Of course
There's
they're
a
keeping
Rodney
him.
Hood, Larry Nance, Jordan Clarkson
Why would they not
team
keep
scare you?
Jordan Clarkson?
Because he's a free agent.
Well, he's
this
a
year.
free agent. That's
I
what I'm
know.
saying. But
I'm just
would
saying.
Of course they're
you
gonna
can't-
re-sign
You
him,
can't
though.
re-sign him, Hood, and LeBron. So long term, that really doesn't. They aren't a factor to Celtics to hurt them.
They-
Okay,
It's
so
this season,
speaking-
and they're gonna hit some slump where it's like, oh, and chemistry sort of goes off. They're not gonna have instant chemistry like this and last this long. Something is gonna give eventually, and then they'll just kind of regress back down towards a 3 or 4 seed, where it's just a LeBron James show. That's it.
Well, speaking of the trade deadline, the Cavs, they got rid of the issues in Isaiah, Crowder, and Wade, and aside from Kevin Love, who's in the Islands right now with his broken hand. And Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance, Rodney Hood, George Hill, times LeBron James and J.R. Smith, who has had a revival, have been playing out of their mind. I don't think Jordan Clarkson will be able to give you the scoring. Larry Nance won't be scoring like he is now. He
has
he'll
the
regress.
energy though.
I know, but keep doing what he's doing on the defensive side of the ball. He's not going to do what he's doing on the offensive side of the ball. J.R. Smith has seen a revival with the help of Clarkson and Nance creating chances for him.
All these moves did was basically push the Celtics.
It's a spark.
It's just pushed the Celtics Cavs series from 5 games to 6 games. That's all it did.
Well, right now the Cavs are like first in every category over like the last week, and that's not gonna keep up.
No, it isn't.
They're first in field goal percentage, first in 3-point field percentage, like literally every major category. The last 2 to 4 games, I forget the stat on First Take, they're first in every category.
Yeah.
And that's not going to keep up.
No, it won't. I'm not worried. I'm really not. It's LeBron James. You knew that somehow they were going to figure it out, right?
Yep.
They were going to figure it out.
I didn't think they'd figure it out unless they traded Isaiah, which they did, and Crowder.
Which is pretty
and Wade.
crazy.
I think Wade was an understated part of the problem, too. Him and LeBron's relationship.
What do you think that LeBron...
Him and LeBron, being, husband and wife.
Basically.
Yeah, okay. I think
Who was
that...
who?
I mean, he's cheated on Gary Because
they're trying to build that culture there, and then Wade comes in. LeBron, all these guys LeBron was boys with, he's now kicking them to the curb for Wade.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm not worried about this team. This new look Cavs, whatever. Isaiah Thomas looks like he's about to fall off the face of the earth.
He just put up 20 or 22 in his Lakers debut off the bench.
No, I know, but look, this is going to be his fifth.
Getting traded by 2 teams in a matter of 6 months.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Yeah,
and
there's probably a reason for that.
And when you're trying to get a contract.
Yeah,
especially when it's the 2 top teams in the East.
And you're hurt.
That too. He's gonna probably settle for a 1-year, $20 million deal.
Kind of like
Prove
Contavious Caldwell
I
Pope
was about to
got
say KCP.
This past off season, but I don't think he's staying with LA.
No, that's the Lonzo Ball show.
All right.
The Lakers need to not re-sign him if they want LeBron to come there. You know.
Well, they're
All
not.
right.
We just established it.
Final take on this. I just think it makes the East playoff picture that much more interesting.
Yeah. And it was getting kind of boring for a while.
Yeah. Moving on to the Bruins. Still successful. Oh, Alex is putting his headphones back on. Welcome back. I'll get to this later. I'm just going to say this now. Patrice Bergeron for the Hart Trophy, and we'll come back to that. So the streak ended after the All-Star break with a loss to the Anaheim Ducks. We proceed to go on another 4-game winning streak, which ended on Saturday against the Buffalo Sabres, of course. They're good for at least one dud a season at home against the Sabres. That ended Rask's personal point streak of 21 games, 19-0-2. First regulation loss since November for Rask. So let's get back to Patrice Bergeron. Oh, also, Rask's play has put him firmly in the conversation for the Vezina, but he probably won't win it. He'll probably come in second in voting behind Vasilevsky. Patrice Bergeron, 17 goals in his last 19 games, 2 hat tricks in the month of January. He's at 27 goals. His personal best is 32. He's on pace for 41. He's gonna win the Selke.
Get ready to Claude Julien next year.
No.
Who's gonna win it? Who's gonna win the Selke?
Couturier.
No.
Couturier's definitely going to win it.
He's not gonna.
Best two-way player in the league right now.
Are you kidding me? We're talking about best 2-way player of all time, Patrice Bergeron.
Best two-way player in the league right now, Sean Couturier. Guy's
Well,
a stud on that first line with Giroux and Konechny.
Patrice Bergeron's a stud on that first line with Brad Marchand and David Pastrnak. He's doing more offensively than Couturier.
No, I don't think he is.
I think he definitely
They're
is.
very similar. I think Couturier's got 26 or 7 goals.
Yeah, but which team's doing better? Usually, if there's 2 similar players, it's
Bruins are third in the NHL, by the way.
I
Exactly.
do know that. I do know
Where are the
that.
Flyers in a fight for a wild card spot?
usually when there's
third. They're the
usually
third
a war
spot right
like
now.
Yeah,
that
but
when
not
there's
very comfortably though.
That's fine.
usually when
really.
there's a fight like that,
It's a deep
the
division.
team that's better team usually has the player who wins the award.
I think Bergeron does more for you defensively though, especially
Sorry,
winning
good more.
faceoffs.
Sean Couturier wins every faceoff the guy takes.
Patrice Bergeron wins every faceoff he takes.
Let's
have 'em- let's have 'em-
exactly.
yeah, let's-
Wait till they
let's
play
see
next
it.
time, or like better yet, last time the two of them played. Do we have any stats on that?
That was probably like last year.
Last time the two played, the Bruins played the Flyers this year.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't
saying.
know
It
how
was
that
an
went.
absolute beatdown for the Bruins.
I was about to
Oh
say.
yeah.
I was about to say they're both in the same
Yeah,
conference.
you guys coughed up a bad loss, a very bad loss. It was like during.
I think
wasn't
Michael
like the
Neuwirth was
wasn't
in
it like
that.
the
Mike- I
10
think
no, it was
Michael
Brian
Neuwirth.
Elliott.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh, God.
wasn't it during like your 10-game losing streak?
yeah,
Probably
Yep, I think it was.
Hey,
It was last game they lost. in
10-game
that
losing
stretch.
streak, but still in the playoffs.
Okay. Anyways, I think. The conversation is Patrice Bergeron should be a serious MVP candidate because it's most valuable player to his team. That's the word. Most valuable player to his team. That's the wording of the award. But it's just a popularity contest like the All-Star game. So that's basically the conversation. He probably won't win it, but he should be a serious
So far,
contender.
the Bruins beat the Flyers at Philly 3-1.
I think that was it.
Yeah, that's it.
It
That's
was
not a beatdown.
no, but the game I watched, it was a lot more. It
Okay.
could have been way more than 3-1. You guys were getting ugly penalties galore. Shane Gostisbehere
Oh,
absolutely taking cheap shots
he's
everywhere.
played much better though.
Anyways,
Well,
Charlie
Bruins
McAvoy
are-
came back on last Saturday against the Maple Leafs, and he struggled a little bit when he came back. He didn't have a point in the 5 games. Tuesday against the Flames when we won 5-2, he had an assist. Really nice. It was like the word they used was vintage Charlie McAvoy. I don't know how it can be vintage if you're 19 years old. But he had an assist. He looked good again Tuesday, so I think he's back. Riley Nash had another 2-goal night on Tuesday. He's still looking like Don Sweeney's best move of his tenure. Just saying, like best signing, best acquisition.
Yeah.
We can chalk McAvoy up because
Well,
he's
I mean,
the draft.
it's that or what's his face, Bolesky.
No,
Oh wait,
Might
wait,
be
no.
the
Bolesky's in
might be
Providence.
the
Bolesky's in
worst
Providence
player
right
I've
now.
ever
That,
seen.
that was sarcasm.
That sounded a lot like sarcasm.
No,
Don't,
that was-
nice
don't try to
cover.
play
Nice
it
cover.
off.
It's okay.
No, I'm aware he's there. Bax was last year. Even that, it's like a third line. I may not know a
you're
lot
paying
about
David
hockey, but
Backes
I'm
$6 million to play on your third line. That's awesome. I like
Yes.
him, but that's awesome. You're paying him $6 million to play on your
Exactly.
third line.
He's awful.
He's been having. He's been having a solid season.
That's
no,
the
but he's
equivalent
just
of
not
paying.
I would not be
that's
paying him.
the equivalent
$6
of-
yeah,
million
he's
to
not.
play-
I'm,
he's
I'll be paying him $4.5 million gladly. $6 million?
2.
No,
2, no more than 2. The guy, he's
No,
not
he-
worth more
he-
than 2.
that's just no.
I could sign a kid out of the KHL for $950,000 and play
This
him
year,
where
David
Backes
Backes has
is.
25 points in 38 games. I think that's worthy of at least 4.
Maybe
He's been good in front of the net and setting up on power plays. He's set up.
because he's a big body.
I know, but
That's all he's got
behind the
for
net,
him.
setting up out front passes, especially for Riley Nash. That's how Nash scored his first goal the other night. Anyways,
Adam McQuaid scored.
yeah, Adam McQuaid scored the other night.
Radko Gudas has 2 goals in like 3 games.
Adam McQuaid's first goal in 2 days under a calendar year. But he did score in
Darn.
Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Penguins. That one goal, that was an absolute snipe, so I'll hand it to him. David Pastrnak continues to struggle. He's putting up plenty of assists, but he's not scoring any goals, and seemingly has a non-existent one-timer these days. And he
he's
got
on that
regressed to the third line.
Yeah,
the
he's
other
on
night.
that third line with Bax.
No, they switched Backus and
yeah.
him the other night.
Yeah.
He's at 21 goals, 30 assists, 51 points, on pace for 76 points, which ups from his total of 71 last year. But he's projected for 31 instead of 34 like last year for 31 goals. So he's just gonna have to find ways to score, especially since teams have kind of focused on him in the one-timer, especially in the power play. I mean, I'm fine with him assisting. It's doing perfectly fine. He's still having a 50-point season. He's probably going to get at least 60 points, which is what I would expect out of a $6 million player. Moving on, because I'm just running this.
Yep.
Looking ahead to the trade deadline in about a little
They don't move.
over a week. I
Don't
personally
make any moves.
don't think we should make a big splash. I think the move we should make would be help from within, whether it's Solaric or Zarnik or Forsbacka Carlson from Providence. I think Jake DeBrusk and Ryan Spooner are perfectly capable on your second line right now. And Ryan Donato, when he finishes up his season at Harvard, should definitely be in the NHL, probably on the second line, replace Spooner, move Spooner to the third line, but then where do you put Danton Heinen or David Backes? Either way, I think Ryan Donato could be your ace in the hole, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, right now there's no need. This team it's for honesty, it's a surprise. No one was expecting them. This was kind of like the Red Sox a couple years ago with the bridge year when they ended up winning it all. This year, the Bruins, it's just all youth and like just working together, chemistry. No reason to blow it up. If you want to do like last year and trade like a third and like fifth rounder for like some like bottom level player, fine. Like veteran presence,
if you do
but
like a conditional
don't
6 for like a guy like Drew Stafford last year,
Exactly.
which paid off in spades, then yes, go for it.
exactly. But don't like give up someone like McAvoy, which never.
He's not on the table.
Well,
I mean,
like,
Pasternak have been clearly not on the table, so
you
they've said
get
that
the point.
explicitly.
but like you get like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like DeBrusque, et cetera, et cetera.
Donato right now, Harvard, 21 goals in 23 games. Pretty decent. 31 points in 23 games. He had 36 points all of last year, which
That
was
can
point
help.
per game. And he's currently an Olympian right now on Team USA. But the Bruins
don't
have
even
been
speak of
linked to rentals like Rick Nash, Ryan McDonough, both of the Rangers, Patrick Maroon of the Oilers, or Thomas Vanek of the Canucks, and not so much a rental, but I saw his name pop up, Ben Hutton of the Canucks, left-handed defenseman. So last week, the scouting team in the front office was seen in Florida watching the Panthers-Canucks game, believed to be watching Thomas Vanek, but it turned out, or there were several reports that they were actually watching Ben Hutton, who is a young left-handed defenseman, who would probably be, I don't know how that would work out, what roster player you'd give up for him, probably like Krug or Grizzly. I personally don't think you give up Krug for him, because Hutton's better than Krug defensively, but he's not replacing that offense, and I don't know how you replace that offense.
Wasn't like the whole thing Vanek was washed up a couple months ago? That's talk about
A couple years ago.
Exactly. This offseason, didn't he like not sign until like the very end?
No, that was Yager.
No, Yager just didn't sign. Vanek, I
No,
thought he
nobody
didn't
signed Yager.
Yeah, I thought like Vanek didn't sign until like right before the season started.
I don't think so. I think he signed with the Canucks middle of the summer. Anyways, he's having a solid year. He's a noted Bruins killer throughout his career. Kills us every single time we play with him, especially back in the Islanders, Sabres, and Canadiens days. Currently, 16 goals, 22 points, 16 goals, 22 assists, 38 points in 57 games. So maybe that's the right winger you get for David Krejci. I don't know who you give up for him. Maybe Ryan Spooner, a 1-for-1 swap, or maybe like a late round pick the Canucks throw in too.
That would free up a roster spot too for next year.
I think out of the forwards, like the rentals, I think I'd rather have him between Rick Nash or Patrick Maroon, because Patrick Maroon has been very solid for the Oilers in the past couple of years, but I think that's largely a product of playing on Connor McDavid's left,
Yeah.
which helps. You play with the best player in the league currently, and it helps.
Maroon's a good player. That'd be a good.
Yeah, he's solid, but I think he definitely goes on your third line.
I would say second. He's a good depth forward.
I don't think he ends up on your second
if you're gonna
line.
make
He's
a
not
move at
taking
this
DeBrusque off
point-
the second line.
If you're gonna make a move at this point, it has to be a clear upgrade.
That's fair enough.
Unless he wants to play the offside, because it would probably be another 1-for-1 Spooner for him,
Yeah. Okay.
and maybe another late round pick like the 6th the Oilers
Yeah.
throw in, or a 4th.
I mean, it's Shirley. You never know.
Yeah, I know. But I personally don't think they should go for Rick Nash. He's
Washed up. He's
the definition of washed up. Let me get his stats.
I mean, that Rangers team is quite pathetic.
Yeah.
Outside of
So-
Lundqvist, that team's awful.
So Rick Nash, 17 goals, 10 assists, and 27 points in 57 games.
That's pathetic.
Yeah.
And we're acting like he's this amazing player, where
Yeah.
he's only scored 40 goals 3 times. One was his second year in the NHL. The
Yeah.
other one was still in Columbus, which was 9 years ago. And then 3 seasons ago, 42
Yeah.
goals.
Team USA, baby.
His
He on-
production is down, and there's no reason. To
He's
trade
been the
for him.
definition of inconsistent in New York. He's only eclipsed 50 points. He's only eclipsed 40 points or 40 points twice in New York. 42 and then 69. Nice.
Just mid-red, just nice.
42 then 69. Nice points. With New York, and he had a nice playoff last year. Granted, the Rangers didn't do anything, of course.
They're good.
But he's been so inconsistent in the playoffs. He hasn't done what they brought him in to do, which is to score goals and be that guy in the playoffs, which he hasn't been. He went his time in New York, 21 goals, 26 goals, 42 goals. All right, we're looking pretty good. 15 goals, 23 goals. This year, 17. He'll probably get 25. He'll probably finish with 25. I don't think he's worth the pick in a prospect or like a pick in a roster player
I think
for a rental.
if you're gonna go with a Rangers player, you go with Brady Shea. The
Ryan
kid's
McDonough. They're not going to give up Shea. He's the future of their
That
defense.
he is the future of their defense, but he's a stud.
I know he is. I think if you make a splash, I think it's for Ryan McDonough or Thomas Vanek. That's not really a splash though.
I don't know if I want to go get Vanek. I don't know if he can. I understand he's a veteran. He's got a little bit of playoff experience.
He's lost a ton of speed.
Yeah,
If you look at the-
Especially the speed argument with Rick Nash. He's 33, he's 6'4", he's 211. Old guys who are big, aside from, Zdeno Chara recently has aged well, like this year.
surprisingly.
I know. But Rick Nash,
No,
he's
Nash
it would be
is
the opposite of
not
what
a
the
guy.
Bruins are trying to do. We're getting faster, getting younger, playing harder, and he's known to take a dumb penalty. He's known to, I don't want to say not try, but
No,
like
yeah.
here and
He
there you
doesn't-
see it.
He quits on the team.
And he's lost more than a step in recent years, and that's just the opposite of what the Bruins are trying to do. It would be a Chiarelli move. It really would. I think if you make a rental, it's for Ryan McDonough. And I don't even know if you want to call that a rental because maybe Chara retires and he's your number one left-handed defenseman
You're
now.
looking for someone
McDonough's
else.
a good defenseman.
McDonough's a
Don't get me
great
wrong. He-
defenseman.
Yeah,
I don't know
the
if
amount
I-
you have to give up. You want
But
to give
how
up
mu-
less.
I think he's a
how
little
much-
overrated. I think
How much longer does he have left in the league, though?
he's
Carlson
28.
just went on the trade block too.
Ryan McDonough's 28. Are you kidding me?
No.
I knew that. I knew he was below 30.
I feel like the guy's 35.
He's been in the league forever. He's currently 26 points, 2 goals, 24 assists in 49 games.
Go get him. Go get him.
I think
Go get him.
I think you give up Matt Grzelcyk. I think you give up Matt Grzelcyk, either Trent Frederick or Zach Senyshyn, prospects,
I was gonna say a 4th-round pick.
and a first-round pick. No, the Rangers definitely want a first and a prospect,
Yeah.
a first and a higher end, not like one of your top 3, but a higher end prospect. I think you're untouchables for prospect forwards because they want a forward. Their defense is kind of fine.
Their defense is quality.
I mean, aside from like the top 3, you have McDonough, Shea, and who else? But like when you have when you have Nick Holden eating top 4 minutes,
He's not a.
he's not an NHL
a-
defenseman. No, he's a power play
He's a-
specialist.
Yeah, but even then,
Yeah, so I think he's your guy if you make a splash for a superstar. Because Rick Nash, not a superstar anymore. Thomas Vanek, not a superstar anymore.
but could still play.
Could contribute.
He could.
If
but
you
it's
can
an
if you can get
It's an
him
if.
if you can get him for the right price, go for
Oh,
it.
yeah,
If you can get him
yeah,
for like a 3rd-round pick, go for it.
Yeah.
Even a second. Because
I don't think I'd give up a second.
I think I'd give up like a second and get like Vanek in a 7th.
A 4th and a mediocre prospect.
Yeah. But I think it would take to get a guy like Ryan McDonough, you're going to need to give up a roster
Yeah.
player, most probably
Yeah. No,
probably
you're-
a younger defenseman. It's either Kruger, Grzelcyk. I think Grzelcyk.
You're giving up a forward too.
You're giving up Grzelcyk. I think either Trent Frederick or Zach Senyshyn.
Yeah.
Zach Senyshyn still has some upside. I'm still high on him, but he's having just an okay season in Providence after having 2 great years in the OHL. After the Bruins had a major reach for him in the first round when we had those 3 picks in a row. And personally, if you're going to throw in Frederick, he's a center. Our center pool is frankly pretty deep. We have Forsbacka Carlson, who I think is a better. Frederick has been playing well. He was another reach in the first round. He's been playing great for Wisconsin, but I think Forsbacka Carlson is more your guy. I think he's definitely going to be a middle 6 player. Frederick, at the time of the draft, they were projecting him to be a bottom 6 player. But now he'll probably be middle 6, but
Yeah.
you still don't know what you're going to get from him at this level, and Forsbacka Carlson's already turned pro. But I think that's the chance you take. You got so Grzelcyk, a first or a second, and a mid to high end prospect is what you're going to give up if you go for Ryan McDonough.
How about Matt Zuccarello?
I don't think so.
I love the way.
I don't think they're going to
I
move
hate
him.
the guy.
Oh,
Hate-
Michael Grabner, he's also on the block. If you can get him for
If you
for
can
a
get
good
him for
player.
a good price,
He's
definitely.
scoring a ton of goals. He has
Yeah.
0 points because he's like 0 assists, but he has a ton of goals. He's speed too. He's one of
Yeah,
the he's
no,
one of the
he's
few
got-
guys that
he's
can
got
get older
jets.
and never lose his speed.
I just mentioned earlier, Sens pulled Eric Carlson for practice today.
Did they really?
Wow.
Yeah.
He's gone. He's gone.
What?
He's gone. He's
So,
gone.
I mean,
he's
if
gonna
that's-
go somewhere and he's gonna make a splash.
Twitter's making fun of him right now. It's like Matt Duchene, I want to go to the playoffs, and it's like in quotes, and it's like a thing from The Office where it's like Eric Carlson sub-quoted it.
I need to find this. That'd
Right.
be
No
that's huge
way.
if true.
Yeah, I just said it earlier. Like,
Where would he go though? 'Cause he's gone. He's gonna go somewhere and he's gonna make a splash.
He's.
He's. Where would he go though? You could.
He has-
I mean,
He has
Boston?
2 years left, and he's
he's
27.
not. He's not coming up. No
He's
way.
27
We're
with
not
2 years
paying.
left.
We're not mortgaging the entire future for him.
That's
You-
huge.
Oh my god! Oh no, that's a fake one. That's a fake account. Never mind. That's a fake Pierre LeBrun, not the real Pierre LeBrun. I search Eric Carlson on Twitter. First thing that comes up: Eric Carlson has been traded to the Tampa Bay Lightning. The return is not known. I was about to lose my mind.
That team would
That
be.
team- that-
that'd be
that
That'd
team
be
wins.
OP.
Yeah, I saw something earlier. Their Tampa had already offered the top prospect in a first for McDonough.
Ooh.
No
Go
way.
ahead and make that deal. Go ahead and make that
Yeah.
deal. Go ahead and make that deal.
Hold on. Someone. All right. So there's the tweet. Eric Carlson has left the skate early, and some St. Louis blog. I'm assuming it's a blog. I'm not going to click on it. Is it? Yeah. Follow the chirp for Blues Insight. Colton Parayko apparently left the Blues practice today.
He's a good player.
He's a very good player. He's probably their arguable number one defenseman next to Pietrangelo.
Yeah. That.
Parayko for Carlson. Obviously,
I would do that.
St.
I'd
Louis
go.
would have to give up more than Parayko.
Oh, absolutely.
Parayko and like Parayko and like a
A
first
first and a.
and a prospect.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
That's a.
Trade deadline's still a week away. More than a week. Wow.
Or so it begins.
All right. Some random dude on Twitter is like, sources tell me Eric Carlson to Tampa Bay. No, like, what sources? You don't have a blue check mark. Let's check your followers. You have 56 followers. Sources tell me Eric. Thank you. Thank you for your time. All right. Let's get back on
Clickbait.
track here. Final word. Bruins are legitimate cup contenders, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think the final.
They'll make the final.
I don't like
six.
doing like the final four by the seeding, but I think the final four will be Bruins, Tampa,
Yep.
depending on how the seeding comes out if they don't meet in an earlier round, and then Vegas and either Winnipeg or Nashville. Winnipeg somehow stayed afloat without Mark Scheifele, somehow, and he's back now.
I don't know if I trust Winnipeg.
I don't trust him in the playoffs at all, but it could. I think
Vegas.
a
is gonna be
Nashville
the
Vegas conference final would
Vegas
be
is gonna be-
electric.
That would be, but I think Vegas is the Cinderella story. They got
Yeah.
a
I
very
honestly,
realistic chance of winning the whole
I
thing.
honestly see a Vegas Bruins final, and that's partly my Bruins bias, partly, but I
could
think
see it.
it's very real possibility.
Vegas, Tampa.
Vegas,
I got a
Tampa,
feeling-
Vegas Bruins. Those are two really very true possibilities.
Well, it's the NHL playoffs, so
Anything can happen.
Oh,
exactly.
Marc-Andre Fleury.
He's also regressed to the mean lately, but okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. Now we can get everyone involved again. 2 points in the Patriots. Josh McDaniels accepted the Colts head coaching job. And then 8 o'clock that night, after we finished recording, always seems to be breaking news right when we finish recording,
Yep.
comes back to the Patriots
Power
for
move.
family reasons. Or family instability and financial reasons.
He wants,
That's
to
what he
see
said.
us- he wants to see us
also-
draft Laletta. It's clear. He
It
wants
was
to see
Yeah,
us
we're
draft
drafting
Also-
Laletta.
Times
That,
B.
that must be it. That
He wants to see
no,
us.
he was going to draft Laletta with the Colts, and Kraft. There was told to be some finagling with Kraft. Kraft like, hey, here's this pretty sweet signing bonus.
Yeah.
Here's this pretty sweet bonus
Oh,
if you
let's
draft
take
Kyle.
Laletta.
If you help me convince Bill to draft Kyle Laletta.
No. It was a big signing bonus.
Yeah, they did something with his
restructuring the
contract.
Which probably had an incentive down in like tiny letters that said, "You will be the next coach of the Patriots when Bill Belichick
feel
leaves."
Leaves after this
I
season.
feel like they had more than a little tiny fine print. I think they had a handshake agreement and something else going
Bills
on.
going
yeah.
to the Giants.
Yeah. So what does this mean for McDaniel's reputation and Bill
no.
Belichick?
Oh,
Giants.
McDaniels, he's not going anywhere.
McDaniel's
but
is a scum now for the rest
Exactly.
of the
The
NFL.
He-
Patriots. The
he-
Patriots
he's
are
getting
scum.
ostracized by
It's
anyone
like the
past.
Frank Gore thing a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Where he was like,
I mean-
"Oh, I'm going to Philly," and then, "No, I'm not."
I'm going to Indianapolis. Psych.
No, this ruins the Patriots'
Again.
reputation again.
We've
because-
screwed the Colts over twice.
Really didn't have,
Yeah, but the Colts also screwed us.
But
over.
we've
this
screwed
is
him more
the
than
Colt-
twice, in fairness.
It's
We
kind of
screwed him
paid.
more than twice.
Kraft kept the receipts for the Colts. I mean, they kind of had this coming.
But I think for Bill
Canada jokes went
Belichick,
too far.
which we have what Donna just said about the New York Giants possibly.
Belichick's not going anywhere. He's going to
But-
stay with the Pats or
No,
retire.
I think he's
but
retiring
one-
after this
but
year.
no
one-
but
chance he
I
goes
think-
anywhere but
I
New
think he's
England.
retiring very
That would
soon,
just hurt
considering
his
that we
rep.
kept McDaniels. I think he's your next head coach of the New England Patriots.
Oh,
And I
I-
think
No,
it's-
I agree with
I
that.
think
But I
it's-
think
it's sooner than we think.
One
At least
thing
within 2
that-
years.
One
Belichick's
thing.
got to go somewhere else. So
No, he's not going.
He's not going to
somewhere
go. I think he's going to walk into the sunset.
Here's what's gonna happen. David
He's
mentioned
60
this.
something.
David mentioned this before.
if they win.
It's that Belichick will be full-time GM. While
interesting.
no,
That I can see.
That's
Player
very-
personnel, I see
I'm
that.
giving this to David.
Like a
I'm
Tom
giving this to
Coughlin
David
idea.
because David said this, but at least be a GM until McDaniels has the ability to be the coach and GM, because Belichick did say that he was going to teach McDaniels the cap space.
That's
and
never
the
been
lost
officially.
Well, that's never.
That's just
Okay,
from
okay,
verified
I'm
people.
sorry.
on
He
Twitter,
also
not
did that
sources.
back in 07 when McDaniels initially was getting ready to leave. Did you read the
And we saw
Globe?
how that worked out for McDaniels.
Yeah, you saw the Globe article where Belichick comes in after 2 weeks after the lost Super Bowl to the Giants with like a 10-page printout on all the keys to be a successful head coach and all his little tricks of the trade for when McDaniels goes to interviews and like how to impress people, how to run an organization. So it's not like this is the first time he's mentored him and it's been like this like locked vault. He's just given him the Coke secret
He's been
formula
here
now.
for like over 10 years. You think
Yeah.
he's had enough mentoring?
No, but I think Belichick.
I think it's
yeah,
gonna ramp
like
up.
if he wants
I
to do
think
like
it's
a
gonna
Tom
ramp up
Coughlin
and,
idea where he's like
actually
running.
train him.
Exactly,
Okay.
and I don't think Belichick will leave the Patriots. I don't. Why?
No, he's
You
not
know?
leaving the Patriots.
I
That-
think
You're
he
gonna-
will.
he's not leaving the
I think
Patriots.
within
if
2
the Pats
years.
don't win the Super Bowl this year or next year,
He'd retire
he's
before
gonna
he's
go
not
somewhere
going to
else
another
and he's
team.
gonna win, and then he's gonna leave. That's how he's gonna go
He'll
out.
announce his retirement on a napkin.
I saw a meme like that. I resign as HC of the IC, Indianapolis Colts. That was awesome.
I just I don't
Throwback.
I don't see Belichick
Legit.
leaving.
I
That
resign as
may
HC
just
of
be
the NYJ.
that may just be me with as a Patriots fan not wanting to see Belichick leave. But I think that
We're
why
gonna
would
see Brady
why,
leave within like
Yeah,
he
2
leaves-
no,
years.
I know, but
Brady's
why?
gone after
Why?
this year.
No,
Hot
no.
take.
Only if they draft Valletto.
Brian Hoyer is your new star.
Oh,
Psych
man.
August, right before training camp, like Rob Ninkovich.
Go get Mark Sanchez.
Sanchez.
I hear,
Bring
that
back
Nick- I hear that
Sanchez.
Nick Foles kid is kind of good.
Nay, sucks.
Yeah, let's give up like a fourth for Nick Foles.
Teddy
I
Bridgewater.
saw someone was
Nah,
saying that
Bridgewater's
staying in
staying.
Minnesota.
They're staying.
Someone-
They're
He's
getting
their
rid of Bradford.
someone
So
was
they're
saying,
gonna keep Keenum and
Keenum and Bradford are both going.
all
They're
three of
all
those
three.
are three
All
free-
three are
yeah,
free
they're-
agents.
Yeah,
Keenum
they're
and
one
Bradford.
is
too.
staying,
Hold on.
and they should go get Cousins.
No, Bridgewater's
they
their
have-
guy. It's clear that Bridgewater's their
Yeah,
guy. They're
he's
gonna
just
try.
been hurt. They're
They're
gonna
gonna
keep Keenum as a backup, and
No,
then
I think they're gonna pull a Brown or what a Brown should do, and get like a veteran fringe backup starter for Bridgewater's backup.
but only
Start
the Browns are going to start that.
give
fringe starter.
Bridgewater give Bridgewater the job because Keenum and Bradford want to get like they're proven starters or at least for
For
last year.
Bradford, no. The guy.
Bradford did it the year before too.
He gets hurt every single
I know,
year.
but they're gonna go looking for a contract, and someone is gonna be stupid enough to pay them, like the Browns. Yes,
The
I can
Jets.
realistically
He's
see the
gonna go to
Browns
Jets.
paying.
He's going to go to the Jets.
No, Jets
Give
are
him,
gonna
like-
draft Baker Mayfield.
But they're going to need someone to play under him.
He's not. They want to be starters.
Arizona?
Bradford's not a start.
That's.
Nick
I think.
Foles
I
is
think,
going to Arizona.
No, I think
Nick
Keenum.
Foles is
I
gonna
think
go to
Keenum to
Arizona.
Arizona and Bradford to the Browns. You heard it here
How about
first.
Denver?
Cousins to Denver.
No, Cousins is going to Cleveland.
Cousins.
No.
To,
You've been
Cousins
saying
is-
that.
no, no,
You've
Cousins to
been
Denver.
saying
Telling you,
that.
Cousins is going to go to Cleveland, and he's going to like teach whichever quarterback they draft, Sam Darnold or whoever, how to play.
Deshaun
quarterback.
Kaiser.
Lolota.
If you're going to draft
Yeah,
a quarterback,
Kyle Alletter's going
The
to
Browns will draft Kyle Lauletta.
pick 33 in the
first
draft.
overall, and second will be
Pull a
some
draft
guy
day.
out of. Elon.
Yo, imagine if they do that.
That would be
Pull
funny.
a draft day and just draft some obscure prospect first overall.
Kyle Lauletta.
All right. So
Only 10 Browns actually
Final-
something smart.
final point on the Patriots. Jimmy Garoppolo got paid.
Awful.
Got
That's
paid.
the dumb, I don't
That-
think
that
the
explains
49ers
a lot.
thought that one through.
That could become an albatross.
No,
No, they did. No, John Lynch thought that one through, and it was.
I think it was more Kyle
stupid.
Shanahan with his guy.
Absolutely not.
Curran,
It was
you-
John
Kyle-
Lynch.
something stupid.
No.
It was
Max,
John Lynch.
What was it? Max Kellerman brought up a good point
Ugh.
about like
He
I-
can
no,
never
no,
bring
fi-
up a good
fi-
point.
No, for once he brought up a good point. Like that what certain people see in Garoppolo, McDaniels, Bill, and Kyle Shanahan, three of the greatest offensive minds in the game currently.
That's part of the reason why you went to
McDaniels,
shadow man.
McDaniels probably a product of nepotism. But he did bring up a good point about Kyle Shanahan. Like it's his guy. Kyle Shanahan is a great offensive
Yeah,
coordinator.
similar offensive
solid,
schemes.
solid head coach so far.
They run similar schemes, the whole like spread system.
Garoppolo has played 7 games.
I know.
That was a
Actually,
big point in the
Kellerman
article.
brought up like well, it sounded like an idiot on first take. Do I think?
When doesn't he sound like
do
an
I think
idiot?
Do I think he's earned it? Like we'll see. Would I have given it to him? Yup.
Yeah, he's
Direct
an idiot.
quote.
I mean, you can't
No.
go. By,
Idiot.
if you have someone
No,
like that,
I
you
would-
think
Not
he's a
that
good.
much money.
Yeah, you kind of have to at this point. If you don't have a quarterback, you have no team.
What if it's the only
He's
way they
not
got
a
him to
quarter-
stay?
If it's
What if it's the
Exactly.
only way they got him to stay? Because he was going to go. I'm going to test the market.
he'd be back in
New
New
England.
England.
Yes, he would.
Yeah.
That's not even a
Can you
question.
get a
He
bigger
would be
smile
here.
on your face when you say that?
I mean, how long was it? 7 years, the contract?
No.
5
years.
years.
Five.
That put-
130.
That puts out any possibility
7.
you guys had of him going and play for 3 years and like coming back, because
He's staying.
he's in there for the
He
long
is
term,
staying.
especially if they're going to pay him like that after this year, after
What
this
if
5
he
years.
has a bust year this year?
Trade
That was
Who's going to take on that
the
contract?
Browns,
No, they
the
almost
Arizona Cardinals,
the Jets.
the Jets, the
I
Bills.
was going to say the Bills. Tyrod
Maybe the
Taylor's-
Jags.
Tyrod Taylor is elite, by the way.
He is.
Do the
He's gotten
Jags-
screwed.
I like that
Jags
point.
are gonna
Do the
run with Blake
Jags?
Bortles.
Not elite, he's
Do
not
they
like
run with
second.
Blake
Tyrod
Bortles?
Taylor to
Tyrod
Jacksonville.
Taylor's top 10, top 12. top
Tyrod
12.
Taylor to Jacksonville, and Jacksonville sneaks
That
in as
team
the
would
number
And
one
be
Nathan
insane.
Peterman is the starter in Buffalo,
Nathan
or do they
Peterman
do, or
is the
they,
worst quarterback
or they do a
ever. He
one
looks
for
like
one
the
Blake
MC
Bortles
quarterback.
with Tyrod Taylor?
Ooh.
I mean, the Browns have already come out and said that they're sticking with Blake Bortles. And I
Browns
think they
or the
should. Not the
Jags?
Browns, the Jags.
That's dumb.
And I think they
Blake Bortles
should.
is a
I think they
mediocre
should.
Definition of mediocre.
I think he had a very above average season this year. I think he's fine. I think they're gonna do fine because they're gonna get better. They're gonna have what's his face?
They're
Who
gonna
got
be-
hurt at the very beginning of the
Allen
season?
Robinson, but
They're gonna
he's
have
a,
Allen Robinson
He's a
back.
free agent. He is a free agent.
He's gonna
and-
re-sign after
and
the season
From what
they
I
just
heard,
had.
They'll franchise
from what
tag
I
him.
heard,
They'll franchise tag him.
from what I heard, he does not want to be back in Jacksonville.
I find that hard to
I
believe.
wouldn't want Blake Bortles throwing me passes either.
Yeah,
though.
I know. Actually, yeah.
From what I heard, he wants to test the free agent
Yeah,
market.
plus
Yes, you
not
can
only Allen
franchise
Robinson,
him.
They have
They'll
a bunch
franchise
of other
him.
guys
They'll
too.
franchise him, and
But-
he won't play because he'll be like, he'll pull a James Harrison. Oh, I don't want to play here. I'm not respected. Blah 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 blah. And then he'll end up leaving.
Well, James Harrison wasn't wrong.
No,
Yeah,
he wasn't.
He also got
respected.
very much exposed in the Super Bowl.
No, he played well.
He did play.
No,
well.
his like immobility got
Oh,
exposed.
no, absolutely.
Especially on that missed tackle in the first quarter.
Yeah, but his strength, he was
Well,
blown away
he was-
that
he
offensive
He was
line.
one of the
He was
few bright
clotheslining
spots.
people.
He was
Okay.
one of the few bright spots in that team overall on defense.
Yeah, I agree.
The only bright spot, I'd say.
Nah, the Flowers.
Couple final points here before we wrap it up. The Red Sox pitchers and catchers report early arrivals for position players. Mookie Betts won his arbitration, 10.5 for this season.
It's not bad.
And when asked about next year, has just said, I'm focused on 2018.
Good.
I also read a quote from him today about how they realized how important David Ortiz was, how he thinks they could have had a lot more fun last year, especially when times got tough. They kind of stopped having fun.
And from what I heard, that Betts said that there was a lot of issues going on in the locker room in
And
2017.
I think that's what he meant by the fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
That's
what I. Yeah.
Also, he was in person at his arbitration hearing, which you don't see every day, but as said, no hard feelings. I love these guys.
Was he the only,
It's just business.
Was he the only arbitration winner this year too?
I have no
They
idea.
have- They
I know
haven't
the
done
last like
completely.
3 years, like no, there
Almost
hasn't been
no.
any players win.
They haven't done all the arbitrations yet.
That's
All right.
It's
You hear
separated
Stroman's-
between weeks.
Yeah,
and
I wish
So-
David was
different
here.
days.
Stroman was like going off on the Blue Jays today, talking about how they're blackballing him and stuff.
Mary Poppins. We just had some guy in like a scally cap with an umbrella and like and a pea coat just stroll by like. And, I know, with an
I have to
umbrella,
respect that. That's
just
style.
looking like Mary Poppins off to see the kids.
It's not
Leather
raining.
gloves
No.
too.
It's
And
dro-
not. It's not gonna rain either.
But yeah, Stroman was like basically going off on the
should
Blue
take
Jays for
notes.
just slandering him the whole time during arbitrations. Like
Okay.
hates him. So
So
Maybe he's a Kingsman.
still no free agent signings or trades. Kind of unsurprising on the Red Sox front. JD Martinez talks have cooled off.
JD
Yeah,
Martinez
but
is
then
not going to
again-
Boston.
Oh,
then
good
again-
too. Good. I don't want
Yeah,
him.
I don't want him either,
he's
but
an
I
outfield
disagree. I think that's the only
They
contract.
offered him $100 million.
Yes,
they offered him
that's the
$100
only
million.
that's the only long-term contract he's gotten.
if I'm the
Arizona
right
offered
now,
him a one-year deal,
if I'm the
and that was
Dombrowski,
it.
bring it down to
I
like
don't
4.
want him. I told this to Drew
What-
before the show. I don't
What
want
about
him.
4 years, 85? Would you do that?
How much is that per year?
4 years,
Can you do math?
85.
Don't hurt
That's
yourself.
21.25. Or no, yeah.
Yeah,
Anything
I don't
over
think he's worth
20
anything.
is kind of.
I don't think he's
Tough.
gonna. I think he'll end up in a smaller market team.
Back in Arizona.
One-year deal?
No,
That's the only.
Three or
That's the
four.
only deal.
No,
that's the
if
only
you
deal
give him
that
a
they've
3 or 4
offered.
year.
it'll be
Okay.
a 3 or 4 deal.
If it's a
So-
1-year deal, he'll go back to Arizona.
Realistically, what are our expectations for the team? I'll go around. Starting with Drew.
I'm thinking about 87 wins right now.
Playoffs.
No,
Okay.
they'll be like the third wild card.
Okay. Alex.
They're gonna miss, but not by much.
Ryan.
I think we'll get it, but we'll get bounced in the first round.
First game.
Kern.
92.
Yeah, wild card game.
92
My bad,
wins.
my bad.
92 wins. Second in the division. Win the wild card. Lose to the Yankees in the divisional.
Are you on crack cocaine?
What?
No,
he
he makes
might.
sense if that
I
happens.
give them 90 wins.
You're playing the Yankees how many times this year?
Yeah,
a
but
lot.
The Yankees are going to set the
Pencil
record
the
for
Yankees in
strikeouts.
for every single game.
I give them
Every
90
single-
wins and missing the playoffs by like 2 games.
Who's
Yeah,
gonna?
not by
Who's
much.
gonna?
The
How
Yankees
many
are gonna set the record
90
for
win
strikeouts
teams do you
this year.
think there's gonna be?
Have you seen the West?
I
The
know. I
West
think
is
I
gonna
think at
be
most it's 90
low-key
wins.
good. No,
I think
you
at
can't-
most it's 90 wins.
the West.
You
You've got
don't
the
have the
Angels,
power.
you got
Hanley
somewhere
Ramirez
between
is going
85
to
and 90
rest.
wins.
If they get
somewhere
JD
there.
Martinez,
If they get
We're
JD
not getting
We're not
If we
getting
get JD
JT
Martinez, I'll give
I
him
don't.
91.
I don't want them to. I'm just saying. From what it seems like,
Goodbye.
That's
on
enough.
that
Got to do
note-
what you got to do.
from
Yep.
what it seems like, he could be coming to Boston. I don't
I don't
want
want
him
him.
Coming
to.
to
I
Boston.
don't
He's
want
not.
him
Talks
to.
have cooled off so much.
If
The sides are not
that's the
liking
only
each
offer,
other.
and
I
I'm
can name
Dabrowski, I'm
5
bringing
teams
this offer
ahead of
down.
the Red Sox right now.
Alright,
I
name 'em.
can name 2 ahead of them in the AL East.
Right,
The
that's
Blue
true.
Jays and the
Blue
Yankees.
Jays and the Yankees.
Actually, I kind of put the Blue Jays even with them, but I think they'll
But I
win
think
more
the Blue-
games.
I think the Blue Jays are going to be a better
They
team.
have a better bullpen.
That is very true.
I know.
They don't have a single. They got Marcus Stroman on pitching, but or starting pitching. But that's about
Okay.
it.
So that about does it for us this week. Be sure to check out the website, www.beantownsportshub.wordpress.com, the Twitter at beantownsportsh, and the Instagram, beantown_sportshub. Thanks for listening.
Play clock at 5.